Oh no, please tell me that you're not already live. Yeah, you're already live. That's fun. I'm surprised that you immediately jump right to that. But okay, sure, why not, dude? Where's that share button? Because I always forget it. I'm a broken record. Don't worry, my stagehand is making sure that everything is nice and safe and ready to go, and that there are no monsters or anything lurking in the soldering pads. You know, just making sure. And I haven't even put on my headphones yet. So I forgot to schedule this one. That was my fault. I wasn't sure if I was going to actually do this right now, but I've got the time to do it, and I had thoughts that I should be doing this today rather than tomorrow, simply because if I did it tomorrow, the downside is that I would probably end up being very tired at the end of my day, because that has been the history the last 2 times. So I'm just putting on some music now. There we go. Cool. And now let's get our stagehand off of the stage, and let's take a look at what came in this week. That's right, it is the new Em-ulator sound module. Now, the fun part about this is that apparently I'm the first one who ordered this. I did not expect that. Oh, I really got the focus there for a second. There we go. Apparently I'm the first person who ordered this because I was thinking about getting a new soundboard for this project, but I never got around to actually getting one. I was going to get one next month, and then this project was announced, and I had no idea about the chip shortage. So I kind of went, you know what? Sure, I'll pull the trigger and I'll get this one the same day it was announced. And apparently it was the first one. Time, opportunity, and circumstance. So what's in here? Now, first of all, the little packet of chips was not in the popcorn bag. So make sure that you watch for that when you open this up. Either that or, you know, the guy slipped in some extra chips for me. Ooh, blue. Resistors are blue. I think these are higher precision resistors, aren't they? Okay. As usual, let's just dump everything else. Ooh, there's big chunky capacitor in there. Alright, another big chunky capacitor. Is that it? Is that everything? I think that's everything. Okay. So we have a few parts. We have obviously a 1/8 inch, I forget what it is in metric, headphone jack. We have several passives, lots of resistors here. There's 2 capacitors. There's 2 big capacitors here. Well, that viewframe is going to be really hard for me to focus on now because it's so much closer to the bench. I have the microscope actually mounted. Oh, hello, Jordan. I'm here. I'm not sure if you hear me. I'm hoping that you're hearing me. Anyways, I have a microscope mounted on the same boom as my magnifying lamp right now. I don't know if I'm going to use this setup in the future, but I don't know how many more of these streams I'm going to be doing because there's only so many boards left, and I think this one actually fills out my entire RC 2014, and I have never even powered it on. Oh, there's that adorable little programmer header that looks like a paw. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, I love it. Look at how cute that is. It's such a tiny paw. It's from a micro cat. Let me have my moment. We have some standard 100 puff capacitors from what it looks like. A bunch of passives, some headers. Okay. And we have the board itself. I haven't even powered on the rest of the bench here. I just kind of dove right in because it's like, you know what? I don't know. I'm not in the greatest of moods today. Not because of anything that happened. Everything seems fine for me. It's just depression sucks, you know? Okay. Soldering iron. Remember, if it smells like chicken, you're holding the wrong end. Power that on. Get that all nice and toasty. Okay. So it takes forever to get this going. Why are you only giving me a watt out power supply? You're having a hard time for some reason. I'll set you aside. Alright, let's get some of these off of here. You don't want to have all of these. And obviously we don't need to solder that on here because that's where the emulation part comes from. And apparently it is typed. I didn't know that. I don't think I actually got to choose that, but I honestly I didn't care when I was buying the board. I'm like, YOLO. Let's just go and get anything because I don't care. All right. Pretty clear here. Big caps go here, passes go here. Apparently there's 3 different kinds of resistors. That's not so bad. A bank of jumpers. Here's where those little capacitors go on the bottom. Let's do the resistors first. Oh, you know what I need to, before I put that in the board thing, I should probably like actually start finding the capacitors, the components. Oh no. So here's the first problem. I'm not sure how to read these because they don't have the strip in the right location compared to the brown ones. Well, that's what multimeters are for. Where did I put that? Behind me. Amongst the entire mess. There we go. Oh, that's huge now. Okay. I mean, the counts are actually pretty straightforward here, aren't they? There's only 2 that can be ambiguous here because there's only 2 of those. So this one has a blue stripe in it. Which one's blue? Why is this one blue? Did everything taste like blue for a second? This one is 1.6? Yeah. Yeah, the blue must be 6. Oh. Okay. Wow, I had no idea. Should have sent a real electrical engineer. And that's 1K. Brown, black. Yeah. Or brown, black. God, that is confusing. So that's the 1K. Okay, so that's 1K and that's 1.6K. The blue is the important difference. Okay. And obviously these ones are the 3 because they have orange in them. And orange is 3, if I remember correctly. Yep, that's a 3, all right. All right, so those are those. Let's get this out of the way. Let's just put that on the floor. All right, we'll do the one case first. Tweezers? Tweezers. Oh, that's right. I got a fancy pair of new tweezers earlier this week, too. Oh, let's check how wide those are. Are they... Well, those are pretty standard. Yeah, that has, like, a lot of room on each side. It's not so tight. Okay, I don't need to be so precise with this one. I can be a little bit loose, which is good because... Oh, man. Come on. Come on. And I made it too tight. The last board has trained me badly. Now I'm making all of them too tight. A little bit more distance there. There we go. Make sure to get all your resistors in the same direction, otherwise the electrons all fall out and get confused. That one snapped in there very nicely. Okay, and then the 2Ks, the ones that have the blue stripe in them, because that's the blue stripe. Blue stripe. This video is probably going to be awful compared to the other ones because I'm so not used to the microscope being this close. Also, I would switch to the bench cam more often, but the problem is that the bench cam is, if I turn that on all the way, it's going to completely trash my throughput on the network, and it will crash my laptop because there's just too much bits flying then. I'd have to like dynamically update the resolution for each one. Video is so troublesome. Who needs Tiny House YouTube? We can do Tiny Components YouTube instead. These components are tiny. There we go. Let's get the 3Ks in place now. One with the orange stripe. It's satisfying when the resistor just falls right into the board like that. Ugh. Shut up. You're not a nerd. I'm a nerd. Wait. I haven't decided if I want to put the fake chip header over this. Like you can, and it doesn't look like it gets in the way of the little paw pad connector here. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I could keep it and just stash the socket somewhere else so that it doesn't, so I can use it again on another project. But when am I gonna... Oh, that's so nice when it just falls in. Look, it's the simple things in life. It's the simple things. Oh, I think I made that one way too wide. That one's not going to be satisfying. Or I'm wrong, and it's fine. Okay, all the 3Ks are here. Let's make sure that that one is nicely bent. There we go. Aw, that's pretty. They're all in a row like that. Okay. Where are the so let's put the little capacitors on, the little 100 puff capacitors. You see them all over the place on this on RC 2014 boards because they're all the same kind of capacitor. The real secret of my photography tactics is, in fact, my hands are huge. Wait, no. Thunk. Okay. I wanted that the other direction. It's important to me. It's because it doesn't make any sense. I wanted the 104 to be poking out. Still can't quite see it because there's just so much light. There it is. Anyways. Ah. I swear these little ceramic caps just like they want to go on an adventure and not with me. I mean mood, but still. Mood but rude. Alright, there we go. That's nice. And everything else is either a socket, a big capacitor, or a header. So we don't want to put all of those in. We do want to get started with the actual soldering part. I keep wondering, where's the big chip? There is no big chip. That big chip is a fake big chip. I'm so used to there being one giant chip on these projects somewhere. Let's start here. With these few. Alright, let's turn on. Oh, that's going to be a problem. I've got all of those components in the way of where I need to put my fan, which doesn't want to run. There we go. And that camera shaking is really a problem. This setup might not work in the future. That's okay. We're only really doing this once. And of course, it went cold. We have to wait for it to warm up again. Come on. I'm having trouble getting up the temperature this time. I get it. You don't want to work either to that. There we go. That's a little happier. I bumped that an awful lot. Not ideal. Right as a bump of the gun. Go. Okay. Hi, Spencer. Thanks for joining. I'm not sure if this camera angle is really working out so well. You can really get into it, see everything on the board, but I bump the thing so much. Let go. It's stuck to everything. You know, I just realized this is actually just a standard bus, too. We don't have to push any of the L's out of the graphic this time. Oh, that's so happy making. Oh, it takes forever to do that. I think we're gonna move this back up, and that's gonna completely trash my field of view. Maybe. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, that's all of those. Let's turn that off. Okay. Yeah, those are pretty well seated. All the resistors look like they're nicely seated. Get that zoomed in for you. There you go. It looks pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Alright, let's see here. What's the next highest component? It's not the capacitors. I think it might be the sockets. There's also the audio jack, but the audio jack... Actually, the audio jack is technically lower. Isn't it? No. Sockets come next. Anyways, the audio jack is like the fun one, because you could just glob on the solder with that one. So we're going to do the sockets next. Looks like we have 3 different sockets and 3 different sizes. So we don't really need to worry too hard about the types. And I still haven't decided if I want to put the fake chip holder in here, but we'll see. Oh, I bet this goes in here. Did they do the same thing they did before, where they sent me like 2 of the wrong headers? No. Okay, so story time. One of the other boards on the base kit for my Z Pro actually was missing one of these smaller ones, but it gave me a bigger one instead. So I actually pushed the pins out from the bigger one, and then just it sat right on the board. It worked pretty well, actually. I need... Every restoring person is like, what are you doing? Don't bend over those. Sorry, everyone, I'm history's greatest monster. Toys are made of me so that children can use me to destroy their little play cities. One more socket here. Where is it? There it is. Long one. Seat it nice and tight. Put your finger on it. Flip it over while clamping it in between your finger and thumb. And then just use the tweezers to take and bend over the 4 corner pins so it seats on the board. That's one technique, and that works. Another technique is the toothbrush technique. You could actually like set the toothbrush down on the bench and then just prop it up with the toothbrush. Surprisingly, that works well. No worries, Spencer. I got it to work, and that's all there is that matters. I was just surprised by it. It turned out that the one socket that I used also was missing a pin somewhere else in the middle. And I don't know if I lost that when I took some of the sockets out earlier, or if it came that way. So I had the socket, and I needed 2 of the pins gone anyway, so I just moved the pins around, and it was fine. I haven't powered it on yet to be absolutely certain that it's fine, but it's probably fine. There's one big one here. Oh, it's completely open in the middle, so it doesn't get in the way of the paw pads. Good. I didn't want to obscure the adorable little debugging paw pads here. Just imagine the cat that's this size. You can't even fit it in the microscope. It would be a micro cat. You could keep like a whole bunch of them in your pocket. There we go. Oh, I should probably do one in the middle too, because these really long ones are just tricky. Is this a proper soldering technique? No, but I'm not a proper soldering person, so it doesn't matter that much. I think it'll work. I mean, they're not falling out. That one's a little wiggly. Okay, yeah, well, I think that's good enough. I have them all in the right direction, right? That one, that one, that one, that one. Okay, cool. It's going to be a shorter stream today because there's only the one board that we're soldering. We finished everything else the last time. Okay. Let's start with the small one over here. Oh, I am squishing my other components. Oh, hey! The fan turned on the first time. Lucky! Come on, camera. Work with me here. That focal point's really tricky. I'm gonna have a guess, and hopefully that's close enough. Come on. Come on. There we go. Lunch, didn't you have to actually, like, tune your switch wire after you finished building it? Yeah. Weren't you going to get back to that? Well, it's intimidating. What did you do in the meantime? Oh, I built an entire computer micro parts. I mean, the last time I did switch it on, it worked fine. I was a little concerned about the stepper for the extruder overheating. I think I got that resolved, I think. Hair's in the way. Maybe get a haircut. Maybe next month I can fit that into my budget. Fun fact, this is the only board of this project that I paid for myself. The others, the base board was a gift, and all of the other boards were Patreon funded. This is the only one that I spent my own money on. And the reason why I spent my own money on this one this month, other than, I wanted to get it as soon as it was announced because it looked like just a perfect fit for me. The other thing was that I had spent this month's Patreon money on a HDMI to VGA adapter. Oh, a VGA to HDMI adapter, sorry, because I had the other one. So that I could capture the output from the terminal board on this. I haven't tested that yet, nor have I tested the terminal board itself. I haven't tested anything other than the clock board. Because the clock board was pretty obvious to test if you had an oscilloscope. I don't have anything to play. See, the thing is, I kind of missed the Z80 era entirely. I went from, like, a TI-99 4A to an Apple II to a Mac Plus, and I used that Mac Plus until it nearly fell in, until nearly OS 8. When it got to OS 8, I had to actually upgrade. So I kind of missed the entire era that this machine is meant to invoke. So this is kind of so I'm kind of a weird person to be doing this. That's not unusual, though. I'm already strange and unusual. Also, I probably want to get the build process for this done pretty quick here because pretty soon it's going to be plants season, and I will be gone helping with plants for like months. All the more reason to get to move on, get this project nicely soldered up before the plant season really gets going in earnest. That's a tricky one. There we go. Oh, a .pt3 file. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much. Okay, that's off camera. This is off. Let me move it around. How is the camera, by the way? Is it still too bouncy? That's the one problem with this particular setup. When I had it on the main boom, it wasn't nearly this bouncy, but it was a lot further away, so it was a lot darker. Goes on the pad, not the line. There you go. Cool. Alright. So, that should be all of them. What is looking a little bit left here? Where's that one? I just remembered that tonight my riffing group one of my friends is running that. And last time she ran the riffing group, we watched cartoons. So I have no idea what this evening's gonna be like. And now we have the sockets on now. Some of them are a little bit cattywampus, but not too bad. You can see that those ones are not nearly as flat as they should be. It's okay. We'll still hold the chip. That's all that really matters. Okay, what's next? I don't really want to do the header next, because I like doing the header last, so I don't break it. Yeah. The funny thing is that I got the idea for this setup from watching Mac84, who has an actual PCB microscope with a webcam. But I don't actually have the money to buy that. So I bought a $40 webcam microscope, and it was the only one on Amazon which said, hey, this one supports Linux out of the box. Perfect, sold. And true enough, it does work out of the box. Alright, let's try the toothbrush trick here on this. There we go. If you don't have a toothbrush, apparently you can 3D print it as something like this. It's on a brush, but kind of a little spring thing that goes up and pushes up against the component from the bench. It's a really neat idea. Alright, we just need to get one of these pins. There we go. Well, let's get two of them. Fine. That's not solid. There we go. Alright, let's get the brush out of the way. That's too precarious. That's going to cause us some problems having that in there now when we actually get to soldering the header on, because there's not going to be a lot of grip space here in this corner. I think there'll be enough, but we'll have to see. Oh, I love these big chunky connectors. They're so much fun. Just lob the solder in there. And it's a little crooked. I wonder if I can heat it up fast enough to really get it in there. Kind of, yeah. That helped. I could feel it move. Yeah, that's a little bit better now. Alright, what's the next thing to try? Probably this set of headers here. So, let's see here. Find headers. And we'll use our little header trick that we've been using on the last few streams. And we take a header, and what we're going to do is we make a little unit by tying them together with the jumper. And we can actually chain that by putting that together like that, and then making another jumper. And then we make a nice little pack, and they're all nicely organized now. Now the downside of this is that it does tend to kind of squish them all together. You can see how it's kind of angled. So you have to watch for that. There you go. Isn't that neat? It's all nicely stuck in there. And then, of course, we can use the toothbrush trick again. We just get our toothbrush all wedged in there nicely. Get that right there. There you go. Temporary setup. And because of the way that this is set up, we don't want to actually... I like a toothpaste is facing solder. New solder flux flavored. Oh, no! Don't come out! Coming out is not for components, it's for people. Yeah, that's not bad. Like, it's not all the way in. But it seems like it's a lot. It's deceptive here because the sides are open, but this one, that's pretty well seated. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that will do. Oh, oof. That is a hard... Oh no, yeah, that's... There's no room now to clip this on. Tricky. So we can't use our stick vise. Do I have another vise around here? Yes. I'll just have to pull out the big chonker. The kind of ice I bought the day that Radio Shack closed. Forever. Redo where my camera is, though. Alright. There you are. The toothbrush trick, actually, I came up with that. I've never heard of it before either. But I saw on SparkFun a little plasticky bit that pressed up from the bottom of the bottom of your workbench up to the component. So when you laid the board down, it'd press the component up to the board. And it occurred to me that, wait, I have a toothbrush. That does the same thing. So I just pulled out a cheap toothbrush and I did that. Someday I need to put my fume extractor on a boom. No, because I need more booms on this poor little desk of mine. I think that's everything. I think the only thing left is the, well, there's the capacitors and the pin header. So, the pin header is also a pain in the butt. How are we going to do this? I think I need to take it out of the vise. And we're going to have to do the toothbrush trick again. If I'm quick, the bristles don't melt. But I have to be really, really quick. And that's the tricky part. I bet that you can get bristles which can take the temperature a lot better. That's gonna be so awkward. It's gonna be so awkward. Where's a third hand when I need it? Somebody's persona has to actually have 3 hands. Yeah, that's crooked, but I think I can fix it later. Once it's on the pad, I can take it off, and yeah, that's crooked as heck. It's not even sticking on to it on the other side, but that's okay, because I'll just kind of gently nudge it into position. And now that there's solder on this pad, I can hold it with my hands, giving it even pressure, and then I can just remelt that real quick, position it. Boom. Just like that. Much better. Now I can tack this other side with the toothbrush again. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Let's put the toothbrush aside. Can't use our stick vise because the stick vise does not have enough room. So we're going to have to put it in the chonker again. Give me a second to reposition the camera. One nice thing about this setup is that I can very quickly readjust the camera position. That's actually really nice. Where's pin 1? Where is it? There it is. Pins are huge! Well, I don't have anything in the area that's going to be... Actually, that's not true. I could try lugging... No, that's way too tall now. Okay. I tried. I was hoping that maybe I could put this on the top of my cheap hot air rework station that I got for $50. The most expensive piece of equipment in my shop is the frickin' oscilloscope. That was a birthday gift. I think the second most expensive piece of equipment in this shop is probably the Hako, which I'm currently not using because it's not. I can't get the fine tip to really dial in and work as well as this one does. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's automatic focus. Everything's normal. We're just really going through this really fast. Turns out if you do a lot of soldering, you actually kind of get a little bit better at it. Weird. Okay, cool. I think all that's left are the two capacitors. The values aren't marked, so my guess is that they're both the same values. Now this one's 470, this one's also 470. So, yeah, neither of those matter. We just need to get the polarity correct. Oh, those are chunky. Wow. That's going to make it hard to actually put this in the middle of the board with how tall those are. There's not really any room, though, to lay them flat. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's an audio board, so giant caps are just kind of necessary, but... Anyways, we can tweezers. The last one's so crooked the last time. The ones on the Wi-Fi board. Oh man. I really felt that I screwed that one up. There we go. The last parts, everyone. That's really tricky. Clean up. There we go. There we are. Don't need that anymore. Oh my god, that's so loud. Everyone tells me that it's not loud on the recording, but it's so loud in person. Alright, I believe that's everything. Let's put some of these tools away so that we're not going to trip over them all. Good enough. Let's get all right. Oh, I see. Okay, that's at an angle. Okay. That's why it was disconcerting earlier. Okay, so those are mounted pretty well. Like, they're not too crooked compared to the Wi-Fi board, which I got it really crooked. I actually haven't had any problems with this particular one because this one was pretty clear. I forget which one on the base kit had a lot of these little tiny capacitors, and I got really confused by the values. I think that it was the clock board. Either my meter was reading them wrong, or interpreting the little numbers on this was wrong, but I was getting really confused with the clock board. But the oscilloscope showed that it was all fine, so okay. Yeah, I think that's everything. Low battery already headset? You're only like 4 years old. An absolutely adorable little packet of chips. Just so cute. Yeah. Okay. And it's pretty obvious which chip goes in where because they have different pin sizes. Although I really still appreciate having the number on the board anyways. Oh, it is. It's down here. Oh, it's different. See, on a lot of the other components, it was in the middle in this window, but now it's on the bottom, and I think that makes more sense. Because it doesn't get in the way of the little support bar that might be in the middle here. Okay. 22 picofarad look like all the other caps except the pin spacing is much wider. Huh, see, that wasn't apparent to me when I was making that. It seemed pretty much the same to me. Okay, anyways. This is the 86N, that's the 86 right there. Very, very gently press the pins in a little bit. And yes, I am wearing I am in fact wearing an anti-static strap. I know what I'm doing. Kind of, maybe. Oh, hey, there we go. Seems like that's gonna seat in there pretty well. Let's give it a try. Oh, it kind of did. I think that's as far as that's gonna get. That one seemed like, well, it's in there. As far as I can tell, it's pretty solid. Okay. I have to give the other one a little bit more of a bend, I think. One pin is a little bit out. There we go. I think that'll be okay. They all look like they're in there. Oh, that one was very satisfying. Yeah, that one just went all the way down. There's something going on with this one. This one just does not, it's higher up than it should be. Ah, there we go. I was being too polite. I'm Minnesotan, don't you know? Yes, this is a silicone pad, so it's non-conductive. I'm just being very ginger with it, just giving it a little bit of a bend. Not torquing it over, we're just being real careful. I think that one might need more. Yeah, that's going to need more on this side. It's a little bit too far out yet. There we go. That might fit. Don't you love the little eyes that these things have? I think maybe that's, oh yeah, I can feel that going in. Let's make sure, so before we press it down, that everything is good to go. Yeah, that looks okay. Yeah, that one's also being just picky. What is going on here? Why are these chips so difficult to get in? I mean, I think that it's making good electrical connection, but That one just feels... That one's also just really stuck up there, see? Doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right at all. I didn't bend any of the pins over wrong, did I? It looks okay. Do I want to try extracting it and trying again? Ah. Well, that came out really easily, at least. Is there anything stuck in there? No. It looks fine. What's going on? Why can't I get this chip all the way in? I'm not seeing anything that would suggest that it's not right. Yeah, it just doesn't want to go in all the way and give me... I mean, it's fairly well in there. I'm just arguing with it over really only a millimeter of space, but you can see how much higher that one's sticking out. Maybe that's fine. It doesn't want to come out. None of the pins look like they're bent. Okay. We're just gonna assume that that's correct. And we'll hope that it doesn't blow up in our face when we actually put it on the rest of the board. Okay. Okay, what's fouling in here? Something is getting stuck in here. There we go. I need to clean out that drawer. There's too much stuff in it. Extreme Keiko voice. I am pushing. I'm putting a pretty good amount of force on it. It just does not want to go in any further. That's really weird, but I mean, it's fairly solid in there. Like I'm not even able to pull it out with any force. I think that it's making electrical connection at least, so I'm gonna hope that maybe that's right. All right, there's 3 of these jumpers. Let's just put them all in some position. I don't know. Oh, look. Okay, there's one that says RC 2014 loans for okay, so I'm guessing that I have to put them like this. Oh no, it's too tight. Oh no. Let's try the middle one first, and maybe I can get the rest of them in there afterwards. There we go. Where's that other one? There we go. I hope that I'm interpreting that right. That looks right to me. Why am I getting flashbacks to Hangar 18 all of a sudden? No one remembers that movie except me. Hangar 18 versus Capricorn 1. Which one's actually the better film? Yay, the silk screen works. Yes, that was very helpful actually. Having this here, that was really nice. Yeah, I would be hard pressed of thinking of another clear iconography for this that wouldn't be like really wordy. So I think that was actually pretty darn successful. Okay. Yeah, I think we have it. We have the entire board all together. And I have no idea if it works because I don't know if the rest of the computer works yet either. I haven't even powered it on once. Maybe the next stream will do that. But I think that we're good. So this has been the Em-ulator board, and it's really not a bad kit to put together. Everything's fairly clear where it needs to be clear. I don't have you do get one of these sockets. I'm guessing the reason why this chip is not on a little daughter board here is because it probably would make it a lot more expensive in order to do that. But I can understand why some people would just want to have different chips that they can swap in and out. But it makes sense to have just the fake header here and then the little paw pad programmer. God, I love that. That is so cute. That's so adorable. Okay. So that is all of the boards, and we have just a ton of them. I think I've filled up every card slot on the machine now. So we'll actually have to power it on at one point and actually see if it works. Yeah, all right. I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. Thank you everyone for watching and and hanging out with me. See you next time. Bye.